we've got important people showing up. Look at that. Fani's here.
Barney's here. We must be very important if Barney's here.
Thank you
She
so
doesn't
much for
she
this
doesn't take
trust.
any of my calls.
Oh,
So,
we just talked today.
wow, we've got some of the biggest influencers in the world showing up here. Freud Neues. Ich heiße Junaid Islam. Ich bin bei Corey Gray. So, Corey, thanks for pulling together this fantastic set of people from around the world. We're happy. We're the Smart City Council. So Corey, what do you want to first? What are your thoughts for 2024? And then, more importantly, we've got some impressive people on the line here. What do you want to achieve in 2025? I feel we can do anything in the world.
Grüß dich, wie geht's? Ich bin hier Gray von Australien. I'm Junaid, as you know, I'm happy to be home in my city. It's been another long trip around the world. It was good to see you in San Francisco the other day. Feeling very festive in my Christmas Tropicana shirt where it's 40 degrees in Adelaide. So in terms of what we got done this year, as you and I discussed, it's important to look back. We've built presence in a lot of new regions. The Middle East has been incredibly expanding for us. What I'd love to do, Junaid, is introduce Khalid. Khalid can give us an incredibly interesting perspective. Khalid is one of the more wonderful people I know in the whole world. He's living in the West Bank in Gaza at the moment. He's a thought leader with us, working in education. I think provides just a beautiful perspective on the world we work in smart cities. Khalid, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone? Tell them where you are, what you're doing, what life looks like and how we're going to, really take that forward next year. So good to see you on the call, mate. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you all. Good morning from West Bank, from Palestine. I'm a railway expert and lecturer with the Ziggurat, as well as an international speaker, thought leader in the fields of smart cities, smart mobility, and blockchain, with a background in lecturing and supervising students, particularly in mastery program. I'm passionate about integrating technology for sustainable urban development. I have been involved in multiple projects and training sessions focusing on smart mobility, blockchain, and autonomous vehicles. And we can say in general, like driverless technology. I am deeply engaged with sustainable and technology, working in an initiative like the latest trends in railway technology, Hyperloop technology, maglev, high-speed trains, and the passenger counting system. Alongside my professional work, I actively support and help people with smart cities topics, autonomous vehicles, driverless technology, and offer advice, constructive feedback to universities, governments, and peers, while remaining flexible and adapting to new technology and opportunities worldwide, we can say. I am working full time with the CAF Railway Spanish Transportation Project company, and part time with the Ziggurat, which is like they have a very strong partnership with the SEC. I speak Arabic, English, and Hebrew. I am from Palestine and currently working in a project that involves both Palestinians and Israelis together.
Khalid, for saying that. And as you know, as you know from Corey, Smart Cities Council is actually a frontline grassroots organization. And to have someone truly on the front line like yourself is fantastic for us because it kind of represents our value. More importantly, one of the things you said was incredibly important. You're trying to work with Palestinians and Israelis together. We at Smart Cities really believe in the rights of indigenous people and Australians, Native Americans, but also Native Palestinians and Native Israelis. So thank you for your work. And as this is going to be an area that we're going to try. We're going to try because Corey's already made commitments for everybody on this call, just so you know, to help out to the best we can. So for those of you who don't know, Corey goes around the world and volunteers everybody's time, and he tells me about it after the fact. So we're all going to help. Everybody's helping Khalid, whether we want to or not. So great. Thanks for your work. So Robin, who do you want to go next?
Fani's here, and then maybe hand over to Peter Dempsey that I can see here, and then maybe Len. Sure, I'm happy to jump on. My name is Fanny. Many of you have met me because I am doing podcasts for the Smart Cities Council, and I am also currently working on the content management for the whole Smart City Council. It's a huge undertaking. Besides that, in 2024, I helped organize the APAC week and especially the Youth Engagement Day, because we also initiated the Youth Engagement for Smart Cities Council. And I am very, very optimistic that we will do even more in 2025 for youth engagement for Smart Cities Council. Also finishing up the content management, which means that all of our members, global thought leaders, regional leaders, chapter leaders, every collaborator you can think of, we can think of, will have much more opportunity to spread the message you are doing, we are collaborating on. And that's one part I am working on with Smart Cities Council. And by the way, I am a future of cities researcher, an architect by profession, and a project manager by experience, who is working on creating better future for cities, creating a self-reinforcing feedback loop, which creates better future for cities and communities.
And then let's talk about resources, Len. Let's talk about water.
Water.
Thanks, Robin, and everyone. And buonasera, buongiorno, buon mattina a tutti. My name's Len Costantini. I'm chatting to everyone from beautiful Queensland in Australia, in the same region as Robin. Of Italian descent, but my family's now here in one of the, a very beautiful part of the world, but so one of the driest continents on the planet. And Junaid, your reference then to climate change is exactly, a big part of one of the challenges that we're involved with. I'm representing Flowed Sustainable Water Management, which is smart water management. So our solution is in the space of the digital water metering. So it's an application that's newly developed and launched here in Australia with hopefully globally, significant benefits. When you consider, that UNESCO is sort of reporting that 80% of the world's population will be suffering, significant water shortages within decades. We're already seeing global wars over water and the scarcity of this, of this resource, overlaid with a time where the International Water Association is reporting that annually there's over 126 billion cubic meters of water being wasted through leaky pipes and aging systems and just inefficient management of this resource globally. So we can do better. So our mission is empowering water conservation through smart city technology.
I can see Holger and Jessica there. I don't know if you are interested to just give everyone an update on the huge amount of activity, the AIM Congress announcement with the UAE government and what we're doing. That would be fantastic.
So, okay, we hosted Corey over here in Dubai in the Middle East. IFSA has become the regional lead for SCC in the Middle East. And Holger, I'm sure he was going to tell us all about his trip to Abu Dhabi, where he went to help SCC in signing for AIM Congress and supporting in their events for the next few years, which is super exciting. Earlier on this year, we also had our launch event for the Middle East, and I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces here, which is great. They all attended, or lots of you did attend here in Dubai. Also, we've seen, well, I've been really lucky to meet a lot of these wonderful people in a lot of the SCC events this year. So we attended the event in Adelaide, in London, in Barcelona, and we're really, really looking forward to the events next year. So thank you so much to Robin, to Corey, and to everyone else who's involved in coordinating and organizing those wonderful events. We're really excited for 2025 because we're going to be title sponsor of the San Francisco event in May. So yeah, really looking forward to meeting even more of you. And
can you hear me?
Yes.
You can. Okay.
And
I'm
you look great.
actually
You look very relaxed, just like Corey.
I'm actually in Vietnam, and for those of you who don't know me, my name's Delton Chan. I'm an engineer by training, and I'm the founder of the Global Carbon Reward, which is a international climate policy. So this work I do is very deeply into the economics and theory of policy and all the intricacies of how to develop a policy that can operate correctly.
Who's making a cocktail in the background there?
I was just wondering that.
I was just thinking about that. It's both
right.
very. It's disturbing, but-
Delton has that influence on people.
Yeah, I know. The problem is now Corey's brain is totally unfocused now. Now that he knows you're in a bar, so Corey's brain has immediately shot off from smart cities to like, hey, can I get a drink too?
It's actually more like iced teas and iced coffees. No alcohol that I'm aware of. I'll check later, but it is a bit of a holiday area I'm in. Yeah, so I was just saying that the Carbon Reward is a scalable policy to try and save the Paris Climate Agreement by offering scalable finance for decarbonisation of all economic sectors and direct air capture, carbon storage, which would be needed of the order of 10 to 20 gigatons per annum. So this work is about explaining how this policy would work by interfacing with central bank monetary policy and using a tool that can be traded in the foreign exchange market. So this year I've presented at a capital markets conference in Germany and a few other places, and currently I'm here writing a couple papers, and next year we're going to be seeking strategic partnerships to fund a demonstration of the policy. So that's what it's all about.
I can see Brad there. Maybe we can pass to Brad to talk about the vital role of education in all of this work.
G'day everyone. I hope you can hear me. I'll press on, hoping that you can. Nodding, great. Brad Seaman, VP of Education for Smart Cities Council. You know, I'm excited to be involved and have been involved, and seemingly I've got a new role, which is Corey's stepdad as well. But education, you know, has been mentioned many times already. It's critical for enabling everyone to have meaningful, fulfilling lives and to engage with each other more effectively. So, you know, we could talk about that ad nauseum. In 2025, I'm really looking forward to being able to give SEC much more time and energy and get our education products and services out in the world, making a difference to people's thinking and understanding and how they go about living.
Great. Well, thanks for your time. And, you know, education is important. So one of our goals, which is a big goal, is to produce a lot of content from all of you and actually distribute it for free. Yet something else Corey agreed to do and volunteer everybody. So Happy New Year. But, you know, a key to being an advocacy group is providing baseline education. And then what Brad's working on, providing a certificate program for those who need jobs in their local areas. So, you know, we start with the basic awareness, but then help them get some accreditation so they can get a job wherever they are in the world, in the Middle East, in Africa, you know, in South America. So with that, Robin, do you want to pick somebody else? Is it
David Klingberg, who will solve the housing crisis in Australia in 2025?
You could start with the housing
Would you like
crisis
to go next?
You could start with the housing crisis in California.
There's a housing crisis everywhere, isn't it? Anyway, don't get me started. I'm a humble town planner and urban designer, and I've got an interest in smart cities through offshoot for a company called Smart City Strategies and Solutions, and Corey's got me to promise all sorts of things. One of which is to head up Smart Cities and represent Smart Cities Council in the state of Victoria in Australia, and I have an employee in my office. I have a satellite office or an office, depending on how you call it, in Indonesia. So we're representing Smart Cities Council in Indonesia, a country of only 240 million people, just to the north of us. And I've got a relationship through the Australia-Malaysia Business Council. So Cora's introduced me to wonderful people in Malaysia in the smart city space, and I was just up there last week with the Malaysia-Australia Business Council. This is all leading to a conversation about amazing events that Robin and a group of us are pulling together for the APAC region for 2025, which we're very excited about. So we're putting some flesh to the bones of that. There'll be a number of things to watch out for, and to enable the members to across the world benefit from and learn from, and great connections to be made. If you didn't know, the FIRA event, the Smart Cities event, is having its first Southeast Asian conference, or whatever it's called, you know, the gathering, actually in Kuala Lumpur in September next year. So put that in your diaries, because we're planning as Smart Cities Council in association with other member organisations to be having some sort of gathering there off the back of that FIRA Smart Cities event. Isn't that right, Robin? Sure is. So there's many things. So there's many things to look out for. There's many collaborations to be made, and I am very excited to be helping grow the organisation in whatever way I can, and in whatever way Corey promises me to do so. So thank you, everybody. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks,
And
David.
one of the interesting things here is the blending of expertise, you know, starting with people at the grassroots level, like, you know, Khalid, but people at the global level, like Fani, and you know, talking about housing, which is actually a global problem, which is kind of odd, right? Around the world, we have unaffordable housing, yet we still have a lot of land. So something is deeply wrong. Just like around the world, we have water, which Len mentioned we're wasting on a global scale. So I think
what's deeply wrong about it, Junaid, is that there's an immense demand. We don't seem to be able to, in an economic way, meet the demand. It's sort of nuts. But look, so in whatever way SCC can assist with that, we need to. You know, everyone deserves a roof over their head, right? And safety and security, and I think that's what we're about. And through our involvement in this region, we really want to be able to make some major inroads, because you know, it's a massive part of the growth of the planet is this ASEAN, Southeast Asian, APAC region, and we need to get it right. So thank you, everybody, for your amazing influence and energy. Thank you.
Well, thank you. So I think one of the things we've discussed, and I'll share with the group, I think it's not realistic to assume that we can solve the world's problem, but what we can do is educate the world through social media on ways to think about the problem in a more critical way, to help empower people. And I think that is quite doable by us. I mean, you know, because, you know, we're even though there's a lot of us here and there's some famous people here, we're still very small, you know, amounts. But I think education, and that's something, you know, Fani's done, but Brad on the education side has talked about a lot. We can educate, you know, other people and act as a force multiplier. So with that, we've got some, is it Holger at IFSA?
So Holger, yeah, he's there. If we do want to see if you can speak, Holger.
I'm gonna try again. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
Wow! So I managed to to make it. Again, my name is Holger. I'm the CFO at IFSA here in Dubai. So we just joined Smart City Council this year, and we had some amazing events already. And what is IFTA doing? We help people to onboard here in the Middle East region. We also have our own academy where we train people, where they get familiar with the region, with the culture, and also how to do business. So IFTA is a free zone, one of 50 free zones here in the Middle East or in the UAE. But we are the fast growing or one of the biggest free zones. And again, we also try to support the country by just bringing direct investment into the country that helps to develop the country further for education, again, as I said, and many other things like infrastructure. In the UAE itself, they have their own agenda for smart city. It's called Agenda D33. And again, they want to move on with all the areas we just discussed and Smart City Council is working on. So we are really looking forward to work with Smart City Council next year. As Jessica said, we're gonna be in San Francisco. That's an event I'm looking forward to be. Yeah, it has been a great time. Wish you all the best and Merry Christmas.
Great. Well, thanks you for joining. And we had Brian Wayne. So Brian is focusing on digital trust or privacy. He's making sure that smart cities don't turn into surveillance cities and spy cities for Chinese equipment. Brian, you want to talk about some of the work? And Brian, you were just out there in Dubai with some of these other people, so maybe you want to mention that.
Yes. So for those of you that don't know, Junaid is my co-founder at XQ Message as well. We focus on zero trust data, and in regard to smart cities, we're helping to provide digital trust. Yes, we just went to Dubai with Corey. I met Holger just this last week. That was a great week, great series of meetings about how we can help companies coming into the free zones become more compliant more easily to focus on their own business and developing what they're trying to do within the Emirates rather than focus on compliance. But regarding our smart city initiatives around digital trust specifically, really digital trust with regard to government, we want people to be able to trust the government better with their data, and also the governments to be better custodians of citizen data, because for a lot of these initiatives to work, there's got to be participation from the constituents of the community. And without that, and the only way that happens is because there's trust. If they trust you with your personal data, your financial data, your whereabouts, your safety, the rest of that. And it's been shown that societies that have a higher degree of trust with their government end up being more satisfied and leading more fulfilled lives. And we believe that on everything from IoT through email, the ways that we can facilitate trust within a community, and this idea that there's a truth to that relationship creates a better future.
Great, thank you, Brian. So Robin, who are we missing? Did Leon speak?
Yeah, so John spoke on Leon's behalf, which was great. I can see John there, but John is going to speak on Leon's behalf, so maybe pop over there if you can.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, we got you.
Yes, perfect. Okay, thank you. So I'm John Krish from Omega Networks with Leon. So one of the you'd like to give thanks to Robin, Junaid, Corey for putting this whole thing together. That we joined Smart Cities in 2024, and what a ride and what a journey it's been. It's been a great opportunity to kind of meet all the people in Adelaide that we've met and made some really good partnerships with. So we're looking forward to 2025 and making some more partnerships and doing some more co-design. How are we going to help in 2025? Well, we've got a zero trust platform framework that we've built that we want to bring to the forefront in 2025 and show you how that, how we can use our platform to uplift communities post and pre-disaster recovery activities, how we can save operational costs throughout industry, through councils, help cities build, and look at things a more holistic way through our cybersecure platform. So it's a digital twin where we can, in times of pre-disaster, we can help kind of save money, but in times of post-disaster, we can help with recovery for our platform. And so that's what we want to bring and help show the community in 2025. So yeah,
from Silicon Valley. He's just, after Barcelona, led a mission over to Ukraine as well, which can provide some really interesting color to what we're doing as an organization. So David, do you want to can you introduce yourself and tell us about what you were doing when you were in Kiev with everyone there? That would be fantastic.
And then maybe pass over to Samir, who's on here as well.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, David Sprinzen. I've been working with Smart City Council Group for, I think, better part of 2 years now. And really over the last, 6 to 9 months, I've traveled, I think, following Corey, to 12 different countries. We have had quite a number of somewhat exotic locations that we've been to across, of course, all across Europe. I made it out to Australia. We made it to Mexico. And then, as Corey mentioned more recently, I took a trip with a small group of members and other technology companies from Poland out into Ukraine to meet with a number of different smart city programs out there. We are, I'll give a quick background on our company that'll help kind of contextualize this. So we're a AI development platform focused on real-time AI capabilities. And we especially, because of our technology, gravitate towards areas where there's life-saving challenges or life-saving potential for AI to support initiatives around things like disaster management. Like we are working on the biggest natural disaster program in the world right now in Japan for all natural disasters. We're working on programs around public safety with, active shooter, with car crashes, with Ukraine. I am active on a project with Kyiv City on a situational awareness platform for the city. And of course, there's a very strong, or I should say, a very large amount of challenges that the city is currently facing around energy management and deprecated grid, around public safety, around curfew, around potential bad actors, and keeping everyone safe, secure, and keeping the city operational. And so they're investing heavily into technology to support that. But I think that that's true of basically every city in the world right now that we're talking to. There's a huge interest in how sensors and AI and advanced technologies can help drive awareness and response to city problems, but being able to do that in a way that doesn't require a huge amount of technical debt and cost and expenses and expertise. So we're really trying to help that. And of course, that all falls under the message of technology for good, right? How can we actually derive some serious impact here?
Great. Well, thanks for your work. Thanks for risking your life and going to Ukraine, where just a few weeks ago, Russia tested a hypersonic weapon. Now, were you there during the hypersonic test? Did you see it? Or were you there?
I was not there, thankfully. I left about a week before that.
Yeah, scary.
Can we pass over to Peter? Where's Peter? Peter Dempsey, and then to Len.
Sure. Hey guys, I'm here from Adelaide. My name is Peter Dempsey. I am I help with accessibility across the state and the country. As a lot of you may know, Australia has a emerging disability system which is very complex, and I'm really trying to understand it and look to other countries to for inspiration, because I'm sure that other countries have gone through a similar role or system, and with their growing pains and frustrations. So yeah, my number one thing is how do you make the most accessible community, and how do you reinforce that there's total inclusion for the community? Because as soon as we look at the most vulnerable people in the community and make it accessible for them, not only is it accessible for them, but it speeds up the whole productivity over the whole system. And that's what I really look into. Like, how do you make the system as productive, as efficient, as adaptable as possible for the future? And yeah, I'm really quite interested and worried about like all these yeah, natural disasters and things like that, and like how do we adapt to that? And by making it as productive as possible, we can give us the best chance to really grow and mature as humanity. So yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for your work. And unfortunately, all of us know that climate change is upon us, whether we want it or not. It's here, and it's great to have people like Peter and others who are taking it head on. And this again speaks to the diversity of the smart city community. We actually need everybody. We need people who are experts in weather, but we need people who are experts in education. We need people who are experts in deconfliction of problems, right? We all need each other.
When you talk to people about aviation, everybody thinks about a big airliner going to some sunny places. But aviation, it's not only that. Aviation is always small services bringing mail to remote communities. And at Dataro, we work to bring the same digital services to all communities, all airports. And that this is very important for us. Digital equity, that's what we are aiming for. And we're really proud to work with the Smart Cities Council on that.
Great. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for your contribution in 2024, and we look forward to 2025. So Corey, who do you want to? Corey, where are you? Pick next.
I'm here. I don't want to be too noisy, Junaid, or I'll get in trouble with Brad. It is. So I am sitting around on holidays. I don't normally work this way, although some people might disagree.
Tim's probably our newest member, joining from New Zealand, from Gallagher Security.
Hi,
Right.
hi everyone. Yeah, we've Gallagher's just joined the Smart Cities Council in the last couple of weeks or month or so. But we manufacture security technology, and the way we operate is that we operate through a channel business. So we sell to security integrators, but we also get really close to our end users and help make sure that they're leveraging their investment. They're getting all of the good from our technology. And so we do primarily access control and intruder alarms and perimeter fencing, but all of our system is highly integratable. And so councils, businesses, a lot of airports and hospitals, especially higher education, use our systems, and they integrate with their IT, and they're able to automate a lot of their processes and within their security environment, and automate the access and control of their people and their contractors really easily. I noticed that Leon is on the call, and Leon is one of our integrators that uses our technology quite heavily. So I think it might be good to hand over to him to talk about his business next.
Brilliant.
I'm looking forward to 2025. I think we've got some great things ahead.
Great.
From Wellington, New Zealand. We do a lot of work with the cities here, Wellington City and Porirua City, mainly around unifying infrastructure and really defining those security standards and policies that we want to implement across their technology, and also how they use the data. Recently, through the Smart Cities, we've met a whole lot of different partners, primarily universities, University of Auckland and Adelaide, or Torrens University in Adelaide, and we're working with them to kind of develop our Zero Trust platform framework, which really is just a set of systems and methodologies on how to build automate and operate city infrastructure to the information security manuals that are provided by governments. And the beauty of that is we really want to build up local vendors, get them skilled up, as well as the communities, and with the goal of that whole platform kind of uniting and allowing cities to actually export their data to the likes of these research partners, such as Torrens University, to then kind of co-design and really build and allow their cities to prosper. So I'm looking forward to the next year as we kind of see you all at Auckland and also Melbourne to kind of show you our product launch of our Pulse platform, which is the orchestration layer for all the assets.
Great, thanks for your time. And I'd actually spoken with John and Leon before, and we did a little video. And, I really like the fact that, we kept talking about new technology, and they said it's so important to improve the technology you have as a policy. And it's very common sense when someone says it, but until someone says it, you don't think about it. And that's kind of important because too much about smart cities is just about selling stuff or on the public side, just buying stuff without thinking about it, right? And kind of the work they're doing again at the grassroots level.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm here. Hi, friends. So we are Swiss here, and we speak Swiss and German, and also on parlons un petit peu français. Und die Schweiz ist ja, the Switzerland is has about 3 languages here. So that's sometimes it's not so easy, but we are in the German-speaking part here in the at the border of Lake Constance, and Lake Constance is the 3 borders to Switzerland, Germany, and Austria. Yes, what do you like to know about me? So do I have a possibility for the smart this 2 minutes demonstration?
Yes.
It depends what you're demonstrating, Kurt.
Two minutes.
We'd love to know what you're doing, and I know that blockchain is a passion of yours, and so on. So we would love to hear a little bit about. Or I hope everyone is. I'm interested always to hear from you. What you're doing in Switzerland in the world that relates to our community.
Yes. Okay. So we are here. Also, I'm the leader of Smart City Council Switzerland, and here it's not so easy to to find the companies and to say the companies, hello, we are here. So there's a lot to do, but we have started internal projects that's the name is Products and Projects, and here that's a kind of round table with this possibility we try to grab the companies to be interested about our activities, and also yes, so the projects and the products. And so for one project, for example, is the blockchain technology and our activities in the Swiss Bitcoin conference here. So maybe that in Switzerland, for example, in Zug, you are able to pay the taxes, the government taxes in Bitcoins. Yes, there are. Okay, so that's a very popular things here, and in the products part, we have, for example, Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin miner we use for heating houses. Yes, and this is interesting for the companies, and so that's the why we how we are try to connect companies. Yes, okay.
So Kurt, why don't you say how what you're doing is going to help some people? So as you know, we're an advocacy group. We're interested in low-income people, poor people, people without education, military veterans who have served Europe.
Yes.
So what are you going to do?
Yes, helping people. That's very interesting here. So.
So with that, Robin, do you want to pick somebody else? Is it Emily?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, where's Amelia? There, Kopek. There she is.
Or can you unmute your mic?
Yeah, hello. Hi everyone. I'm Emilia. usually I'm based in London, but at the moment I'm in Poland, so at least 1 hour saved. It's not 5 a.m. It's 6 a.m. So I'm collaborating with SEC from late 2022. At the beginning, working for government for ARP, we kind of launched a project about integrated society through technology in Technology Park. And at the moment, I'm doing a research in London, in collaborating with University of London, working on how inclusive cities can be using smart cities technology. So my research works on London's borough, working on inclusiveness through society and creating coherent society through technology, through smart city solutions. Thus, it's like, it touches the sustainability aspect, but from social aspects, not only environmental one, thanks to smart city. So that's what I'm doing. I'm collaborating with different actors, mostly with policymakers, so with multiple boroughs and city officials, that kind of we build coherent policy and that based on smart city concept.
Great. Well, thank you for your work. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you for putting up with Corey, which we know is difficult. So Robin, do you want to?
Yeah, I think stay in Poland and let's talk to Andrzej. But Andrzej, you're muted.
Unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry, again. My name is Andrzej. I live in Poland. I work with Smart Cities Council, I think, for about 4 years. And I'm based on electronic devices producing company. And we was cooperating with Corey for a long time in smart cities, smart street lighting area. And I'm from this part of smart city, but now I'm looking for opportunities for Smart Cities Council partners from every area of business, every part of the world. Companies are looking contacts in Poland, and I help with that. And I'm looking for opportunities for Polish companies abroad. That's all.
Great. Well, thank you.
I'm used to
All right,
Teams.
there you go. You look
Hello.
great. All right. So where are you?
I took my cap off, so sorry for my. I'm calling from Texas, Dallas, Texas, my home. And so we just joined the council a few months ago. I know we're still on the onboarding process, but what we do is we design and manufacture smart poles, right? So companies that have smart technology, they want to deploy, be it smart cameras, smart sensing, acoustic technologies, and things of that nature. We design the pole infrastructure to attach those things. My background is technology. I've been in network wireless planning for 30 years, built a lot of networks throughout the US and around the world, worked for a number of companies, including companies in the UK. But what we do is we design and manufacture.
So with that, I don't know if we've missed anybody. If someone hasn't said something, please do. If not, I'd want the nice bar there. You're gonna ruin. If everybody hasn't spoken, Corey, can you say a few last words on your vacation? Because Corey's already in his vacation garb, and he's already had a few drinks. Because I think this is the last time a lot of people are going to talk to each other before the new year. So Corey, if no one else wants to say something, Corey, do you want to end this session?
I'll defer back to my stepdad, but I just really enjoyed listening to people for 45 minutes. It gave me a really different context on a year. Like it's so exciting to hear back from other people what they've been doing, and it kind of creates this overwhelming sense of, well, we are actually making a difference. Sometimes you look at what's on your to-do list and you look at next day and next week and you kind of think it's all piling up, but every so often when you look back, you realize everything that you've done, and in the context of this, the potential for next year from as you said, from what Delton's doing to Khaled's doing to Anjay to Amelia to Pierre and we haven't even had our friends from North Africa on today, or France, or Iberia, or Turkey. There's just so much happening, but the interesting thing is to hear about it is actually happening, not getting talked about. So I want to thank, I kept looking at the clock about where people were in the Dallas, the Texas really put me in context that people are up late or up early. I was glad to hear you're in Poland, at least, Amelia, not in London, because that was looking complicated as well. But thanks everyone so much. I want to specifically thank you, Junaid, for your time and effort and enthusiasm. I have a deep understanding of the level of commitment that you have in all the things that you're doing, and the time that you afford us is incredibly precious and valued. So thank you to Fani, Brad. We didn't get to hear from Marty, our capital services lead. His partner has been in and out of hospital today, and he's doing something that I don't want to know about at the moment, helping her get ready for bed. But honestly, thank you, everyone. I see you there, Anjay. For 4 years, you've backed our vision and mission, and you can see it all coming to life now. And it just means so much to me and a lot of us to have everyone's support and effort and care, and in many cases, love. So thank you, everyone.
Great. Well, thank everybody.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Great season.
Merry Christmas all.
Right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vacation,
It's nice to
Corey.
meet you,
Thank
Brad. Look forward to working with you.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye.